Yes. It's Steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
That's right, it is Throwback Thursday. And on this day I like to dig deep into the crates, go back to the days of yesteryear, and play you some classic hits from either urban, hip-hop, R&B, and soul. So, the last song of the evening is by a group, a boy band that I idolized growing up, and that was New Edition. Now, I like New Edition because they were roughly the same age as me when they were first released, and they still are to this day. Now this, I've already done a song off of this album which was called Heartbreak, and I did If It Isn't Love, and this one is Can You Stand the Rain. Now this is by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and this song was released in December of 1988. Now the weird thing about this is that, you know what was happening in January of 1989, less than a month later? They were recording Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation, and they released it in October of the same year. So Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis really did not get a rest, because, you know, you go from doing this in 88, doing that in 89, and I know they did, because New Edition kind of went solo after this, so I know they did Ralph's album, and I know they did Johnny Gill's album, and I know I moved here in 1990, and that's when Johnny Gill's stuff was coming out, and so was Ralph's stuff, and then you had the stuff that was being done by Belle Biv DeVoe, which they had nothing to do with. So let's go over here and look at the charts, and there's only 2 charts that it hit on, which is sad. But it went to Blammo. It went to number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs Billboard. So it did what it had to do. Now, if you like videos like this and others on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 15 videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, here is New Edition and Can You Stand the Rain?
And here we go.
On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. When that's not possible, tell me, can you ever restore?
'Cause I need somebody who will stand by me, yeah, through the good times and bad times. He would always be right there. Sunny days, everybody loves them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? Storms will come. This
love unconditional. I'm not asking just of you. Girl, to make it last, I'll do whatever needs to be done.
But I need somebody who will stand by me. When it's touching, you won't run. She will always be right there for me. Everybody loves them. Tell me, can you stand the rain? Storms will I know all the days won't be perfect. But tell me, can you stand it? Can you stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? No pressure from me, baby. 'Cause I want you and I need you and I love you. Tell me, baby, will you be there for me? Come on, baby, let's go get wet. Can you stand the rain?
See, that's my jam right there. That is my jam. Yeah, New Edition, and especially when Bobby left and Johnny joined, it was almost like New Edition basically went from boys to men. Johnny Gill added that depth, that deep voice, that mature sounding voice, but allowed them to keep Johnny's falsetto, I'm sorry, not Johnny's falsetto, Ralph's falsetto, and then Ricky came in there and did certain falsetto on there as well. And so it just made it a more rounded out group. You know what, I never hate on Bobby Brown, because Bobby Brown, when he went solo, you know, his stuff was slamming as well. But, you know, that just goes to show not only the talent of New Edition in their voices, but the talent behind Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, because you can hear like the tail end of maybe so it's not like, you know, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were writing certain music right from scratch. They might have had certain elements of other songs that they just didn't do and said like, hey, we could put this in here, or vice versa. That's right, because New Edition's album came out before Janet Jackson's album, so they could have used elements from there, because there's a song, Lonely. The song Lonely, that's the song I'm thinking about. Lonely by Janet Jackson off of Rhythm Nation has the rain and thunder and things like that on it, so they could have used, like I said, elements from New Edition to do Janet Jackson and so forth and so on. They, you know, them and L.A.M. Babyface and Teddy Riley, those particular producers just ruled the R&B charts at that time. I got goosebumps when I was doing that. I really, really did, because that's how this song was to me back in the day. I had all of their CDs or tapes. You know, I had Ralph's, I had Janet's, I had Johnny's, I had BBD. You know, I had them all. I had New Edition, this album. I had them all, so I was rocking all of these in 88, 89, and 90 respectively. So if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.